Well, hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Just a quick show and tell to show off yet another SKS of mine. This was actually the first SKS I bought, and came with a laminate stock. This was a Canadian Tire Special, less than $200 a few years ago, or about $200 to Canadian a couple of years ago. And the stock was really unfinished, so I put a little stain on. I think it was Cabernet. It was like some kind of wine stain that I had around, so I used that on there. And yeah, I like the way it looks. You know, these laminate stocks I think look great. So there's a few things that have happened with this. As you can see, I'll maybe talk about the most glaring thing to SK, guys, is obviously the bayonet has been removed, and some barbarian actually cut the bayonet lug off. So I don't know who's going to own up to that, but it won't be me. At any rate, the bayonet lug is gone, and I added, I'll go stem to stern on this. I added the muzzle brake. I'll add links if I can find them to all of these things, at least the ones that are on Amazon. But the muzzle brake, I bought it mostly because I thought it looked cool, and it does look cool. But it really does work. The vents on the top there, the gas comes up. It really does control the climb if you're shooting rapidly. You know, I doubt it does anything for accuracy, but harm it. But I recrowned the barrel too, actually. I bought it and it looked a little nicked, so I did that. And I have obviously added this mag wedge rail, which I like. You can't use stripper clips once you've put that on there, but that's okay. It works. The rear sight on this thing was way out of whack, like the original rear leaf sight. The front sight had to be cranked way off to one side to get it to line up, because this was actually off, and there's no adjusting the rear for windage on the stock one. So anyways, I went with the mag wedge rail, and I like that. I've got a Tasco Reddot on there, and you know, they're not expensive, but the thing works great. No problem with that at all. It's taken all sorts of abuse, still shines bright, battery lasts forever. You know, let's see, the butt pad, again, that wasn't very expensive. That's an Amazon thing. I think it's UTG. Again, I'll add a link for that. But as you guys know, it's not really for recoil. There's virtually no recoil with these things. But for me, it's length of pull. It's just being able to have it feel right. So I did that, and internally I did a trigger job on it. If you look online on YouTube, there's all sorts of guys that have, including Iraqi veteran, who's got one on doing a trigger job on them. And it's well worth doing. Like, it's not a big deal. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do it. But if you take the trigger assembly out, the biggest thing is the sear. If you get the sear out, and even if you don't shorten it, if you don't want to remove any material, just polishing the thing and the little rails it slides on makes a lot of difference for getting rid of the creep on the trigger. And springs. You can get new springs, and I ordered wolf spring kits from two places, a place in Canada, and then from, which I will not mention, and a place, Brownells, in the US. And the so-called wolf springs I got from the Canadian company, I got all these light strikes out of the hammer spring. You get a little sear spring and a hammer spring. And I was getting light strikes like crazy, and it wasn't just the cheap ammo. I changed it up. Wasn't working. But I had also ordered another spring kit from Brownells. And that came, unlike the one from Canada, came in a bag that really had wolf spring packaging on it. So I don't know what it was I got with the other one, but light strikes. They fit in there, but it didn't work. So I would honestly say go with Brownells on that, or straight from Wolf. But if it doesn't come in the Wolf packaging, I'd be skeptical about the authenticity of them. But the Wolf spring worked, and it helped reduce that. And even the little sear spring makes a difference. And like I say, polishing the thing up goes a long way. Am I talking fast? No. Okay. Let's see. What else was I going to say about that? The trigger, blah, blah, blah. I guess that's about it. Another gun, another fun gun that I like. The Sling came with it. Wow. Okay, well I have some of this Barnaul. I consider this the expensive stuff because I usually buy cheap Chinese surplus. But these are these hollow points from Barnaul or Barnaul. And that's a Capella's purchase. But I had some of these around, so I'm going to fire a few off for you here. We have down there 3 bottles of orange pop. It's old orange pop, so I don't feel bad about blowing it up. It's been kicking around in the car for a long time. It's seen a couple summers. So anyways, I'm going to put some ears and eyes on and give it a shot. Thanks for coming back. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's nice to know somebody's watching. And the subscribe thing will be there. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon. I don't know whether I mentioned, guys, this is a Tula. It's a Russian, a 1952 Tula. Did I say that? Anyways, if I didn't, if I did, I can cut this part out and then we'll just go to the shooting. Otherwise, we'll go to the shooting. Oh yeah, and the little lens covers, another Amazon cheapo purchase. Maybe it was eBay. I'll look that up. Again, I'll add links to some of these things, some of the toys here. So I'm all loaded up. I'm going to go for the jugs here. I'll try my hasty sling pose. And I'll go for the bottom right one first. And the left one. And the top one. Oh! Haha! Fun! Thanks, guys. See you soon.